gluten-free pastry chef Felix Goodwin knows the way to my heart with lots of cheese. You know I love my cheese.
Right.
And your pastries, breads, cakes are absolutely phenomenal. What makes them so special is they're all gluten-free. It's hard to find good gluten-free tarts out there, and you just take it to the next level. This is the pastry that you've made. What's in it?
Yeah, so this is just a traditional short crust pastry. We've just used a gluten-free flour for this one.
Yep.
And it's actually quite thick.
Yes.
Because this is the sweet part of our recipe. We've got a savoury custard
Yep.
with a sweet tart shell to make a nice balance.
So there's a lot of cheese here, so we better get started.
Yep, so if you could please just start filling the pot with all of these here and just on a low heat, we'll slowly bring it up to a temperature. We just want to melt everything nice and evenly. We don't want to burn any of this, especially the condensed milk. That is really easy to burn that one.
Okay, so this is like almost the sweet part of the cheese, custard, including the pastry there. So some milk also. And what cheeses have you got here?
We've got quite a range, but really you can use anything that you prefer. If you don't really enjoy the stronger flavours of like a Dauphinoise, you can use something a little bit more mild that you might be more comfortable with.
And a little bit of laughing cow. I know this from my childhood.
Everyone's favourite.
I know, right? And so I don't need to chop it up, just pop it straight in.
Just straight in is fine.
Oh, and because there's not enough cheese in here, you've also got some mozzarella.
This is for the texture. You'll see the stringiness as you melt it down, the creaminess of the mascarpone,
Yummy.
and the sharpness of the parmesan.
Oh, gee, I feel like you might like cheese even more than me. There's
know
so
if that's
much in there. I know. There is a lot of cheese in there. All right, I'll concentrate on this, and it's not on a high heat, a low heat,
Yep.
and I'm just going to gently tend to it until it melts together.
Perfect. While you're doing that, I'm going to start with the eggs.
Okay.
I'll start by whisking them up with the sugar.
Yep.
Once this has come together, I will slowly add in the cornstarch, just mixing slowly so I don't end up wearing it.
Yeah, we don't want a bit of a flour bomb here. And cornstarch is used quite a lot in gluten-free cooking, isn't it?
That is correct. It's a really great low flavour but strong binding.
Yep.
So you can use it to thicken sauces or just bake cakes. It's a really great replacement for gluten.
Really nice. Felix, this looks like it's melted together nicely. I should have a taste, right? Just to make sure.
Go ahead. Tell me. How's that?
Oh, I could eat that whole pan. It's so good.
Before you do,
Yes.
I'll just get you to start to pour that in slowly.
Okay, a little in, and I know
Yep,
you want to be
I'll give it
whisking.
a little whisk.
Okay. And you do want to essentially whisk as this gets poured in because we don't want to cause scrambled eggs, do we?
That is correct. We're just tempering the eggs here.
Okay, a little more.
Once I've whisked this, we can go back into the pan and just cook it a little bit more until it thickens up. And then we put it in the fridge to chill.
All right, Felix, on to the fun part, which is filling these gorgeous gluten-free tart shells. And this is firmed up nicely, so what's next?
Next, we fill our piping bag and fill our tart shells.
Nice, and I like how you're using a piping bag for this because it's just going to be so much neater, right?
Exactly.
And when you make these, you don't make a few of them, you make hundreds of them.
Now, if I could get you to hold that one.
Absolutely.
You can use the judge at home if you don't have a second person.
Yeah. Oh, it just makes light work in the kitchen when you've got 2 people. Look at that mixture, it's just fantastic.
One more.
One
That should
more.
be enough.
And we'll just close that up.
Slip it off. We want to fill these very generously, almost till it looks like there's too much. While I'm filling these, If you could just take care of the egg wash, please.
Sure can. And I'm assuming because it's quite soft, you just want me to just to gently dab it over the top.
Exactly, that's perfect.
And Felix, how long are we going to cook these lovely little tarts for?
We'll be cooking them for 5 to 7 minutes at 220 degrees.
Felix, these look so good. I love how they've caramelised on the top. And you just want to let them cool down slightly, don't you, before you eat them?
Exactly.
Hot
Otherwise,
cheese.
yeah, don't want to hurt yourself.
Very nice. And you're just going to take them out of the mould.
Just very carefully.
Yeah. And you did say the pastry is a little thicker. Is that because we do use gluten-free flour in here, so it's a little more delicate?
Not really, although it does help.
Yeah.
This is actually the sweet part of the recipe.
Yeah.
The filling is quite savoury, so it's that balance that we're trying to achieve. So if you prefer something a little sweeter, you can go a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
All right, Jess, I know you want to have a taste, so I'll give you one of these.
All right, if I have to. I want to cut into this just so you can see this gorgeous custard. Just a little, doesn't even need a knife really. Oh, gooey goodness.
So that should set a little bit more as it cools down.
One for you, one for me. Cheers, Felix. These are like nothing I've ever tasted before. I love it. Good work. Thank you so much, Felix.
Thank you, Justin.